Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you look here behind me, you can see the dogwoods are blooming. We got wildflowers popping, the trillium's coming up, bloodroot, so many others that I can't even identify. I don't know what they are. Here in East Tennessee, when those things start happening, it means it's turkey season. Gobblers are firing off around here. Slowly, they're starting to warm up. We kind of have a late spring kind of thing happening. It's dogwood winter going on right now. That's what they call it because the dogwoods are in bloom. There's a cold snap coming through. So, turkey season is here. Opening morning coming up now, and my son and I are going to get after them hard this year, hoping for a recap or a replay or repeat, if you want to call it, of, not a recap, I don't know why I said that, hoping for a repeat of last year's opening morning where he was able to harvest his first turkey there just right off the bat first thing. But even if we don't, it's going to be wonderful. We're going to have a lot of fun just making memories, spending time out there together. I ask that you go in and you hit that like and subscribe button. If you got a comment, drop it down below. Let me know what you think. If there's something you want to see, if you've got some constructive or whatever kind of criticism you have of what we're doing, just go ahead and leave it there. You know, I got thick skin. I can handle whatever you got to throw at me. So, you know, let's roll on in. We're going to get into opening day of turkey season coming up here, and I guess when you see me next on this video, I guess we'll be hunting. I don't know. We'll see you then. Alright everybody, it's time. It's regular season turkey opener here. Regular turkey season opener here in Tennessee. We've got a little bit of time before daylight hits. Owls are hooting everywhere out here. I have not heard a gobble yet, but we're going to get our stuff on and get out and see if we can get on some birds. We did roost several birds yesterday evening, so we're going to go back over that direction to start with, see if we can get any response, and just see what we can do. Anyway, let's go. It's very quiet out here this morning. We did have a shot here behind us, really close by a while ago. We haven't heard any gobbles so far this morning. We heard a little bit of yelping from these that we roosted yesterday evening, but the cows have come in behind me. They're starting to bed around us here. Somebody else is set up back over here on the neighbor's property, and they've already popped a shot. Sounded like a 410, so it could have been a kid, but you never know. You know, 410 is a big. There's all the rage in shooting turkey hunting 410s right now, so I don't know. It's really cold. It was like 33 degrees this morning. The sun is just now starting to peak up, so maybe as that sun comes up and things warm up, they'll get active. This cow's coming over to check me out. Look at this. We were packing our stuff up here to make the move to the top of the ridge, and Trey was getting the decoy, and he hollered at me, And up where we were getting ready to go, there's a flock of turkeys up there. And there's at least 2 strutters. I can see them up there. They're coming out of the woods. They're flying down. Looks like they probably were roosted up top. And they just came down in that field up there, and they're starting to strut. That gray hen is up there. They're probably 500 yards from us now, so we got to figure out where we're going to go and how we're going to approach these things. The hen is coming in, but we can't see the Longbeard. Alright, so we've got a Longbeard strutting over here about, looks like he's probably 150 yards away. There he goes again. He just popped another strut. He's got a hen with him, or he's with a hen. We just had a hen come feeding through behind us here, all by herself. This Longbeard, he's not gobbled a single time. Across the property line, way in front of me, I'm going to guess 250 yards away, there's another turkey gobbling. That's the only gobbler I think we've heard all morning, and he's gobbled several times. But he's not coming this way. There he went again. There's 2 over there. They both just gobbled. They're a long ways away. What? Okay, Trey says that was a gobble back the other direction. That would make sense because the big flock we saw a while ago busted up, and a lot of them disappeared. So it's possible that they are back over there. I don't know. We're in a really good spot right here. We're tucked in behind this log pile. And we're letting the terrain work to our advantage. I mean, if a turkey comes up this way toward me, when he pops up within view, he'll be within about 40 yards of me. Same thing all over through there. Whenever they crest the little rise, they'll be about 40 yards out. So we're trying to use the terrain to our advantage, as well as these treetops that are down to hide behind them like a ground blind. Well, that's going to do it for this morning. Cows are coming around. We can't find the turkeys now. They're gone. They haven't gobbled now, and there's been no gobbling in a while. Normally they start firing back up around 10 or 10:30, you know, whenever they fly down, they get henned up real quickly. And then they start gobbling, to find another hen after they've mated with that one, but it has not been the case this morning. There was some gobbling a while ago, but it has been a while now. So we're going to just make our way out of here, take our time walking out. I'm getting hungry. I'm sure Trey's getting hungry. We're going to regroup and try to come up with another plan. I'm out here solo this morning. Trey's going to church. I never miss church. Maybe twice a year do I miss church to hunt, and I told the wife the weather today was going to be perfect, so I just would stay home and hunt and take care of things around the house. I'm just going to take my time. It's breaking daylight now, but I'm just going to take my time working my way up this long ridge back here and see if either I catch a glimpse of something, or maybe if they fire up as I'm making my way in. I am wore out. There's a turkey gobbling back across the property line, and I can't get to him. But I got up to highest, most accessible place I could get to, which actually is the same spot where my son killed his turkey on opening morning last year. This is probably the closest I can get without blowing my cover, because there's a big open field between me and him. Anyway, what is that camera doing? Alright, I had to fix that camera. That autofocus was going haywire on me. It's a big open field between me and where he's gobbling. And I cannot get any closer without crossing this field. And I think he's roosted in the trees. Oh, I think there's a couple of them over there. I'm going to set up here. I may sneak out here on this little knob in front of me and put a decoy out. And then see if I can call him in. I don't know. I got two gobbling over here to my left. Probably 250 yards away across this field. And now there's hens yelping directly in front of me across that field in the tree line, probably 200 yards away. I can see them over there. They're up in the woods across the property line. I can't tell if there's 2 or 3 gobblers, but they are just following a hen everywhere, just like yesterday. Man, maybe I can, talk to her enough and get her to come over here, and maybe she'll pull them with her. Looks like I may have been foiled once again by the cows. Those gobblers came out into the field. They crossed the fence. And they were standing across the field on the next knob, right over there, looking at my decoy. And so I let out a series of yelps, and they took off running this direction. So I got ready. Next thing I know, I look up, and there's cows running the other direction, and the turkey's taking off the other way. This will be like the 3rd or 4th time now that I've had turkeys spooked out of an area because of cows. These cows here, they actually came in and they chased a strutter off in front of me one day. Literally chased it across the field. And had I not got it on video, probably nobody would have believed it ever happened. And I have a feeling these are probably just jakes, because there were 3 of them. And I have a feeling that they've been ran off by the dominant bird. So I'm going to pack my gear up, make the walk back down into the oak flat where my son and I have hunted, where we hunted yesterday, and those turkeys were coming through on the edge out there. I'm just going to circle back around and head down in there and set up. The sun's starting to hit down in there. We got down to about 40 degrees last night. So it should start warming up a little bit. Maybe the turkeys will funnel in there to start scratching around, looking for bugs and any remaining acorns and stuff. But those turkeys beat me down here. I had to try to stay hidden and follow the contour of the land to stay hidden and so they wouldn't see me. And I looked up, and they were already down in here in this oak flat, strutting and gobbling. They are still going. They're gobbling way back over there now. What's most frustrating about this is this oak flat, which is where my son and I hunted yesterday. Just tore up with sign. There's just scratching everywhere in here. And I've seen turkeys in here. I've had a camera up over here, got tons of turkey photos. And this is where I was headed to this morning to hunt. And then I heard one gobble way back on the high point back there. And so I took off busting it all the way to the back of the property. Oh well. That's all part of hunting, learning. Try to learn something new every time you're out there. I don't want it to seem like I'm overly negative about this. I mean, there's a lot worse things out there that I could be doing than sitting here in the woods. That's all part of hunting. Trying to catch up with what it is that you're looking for and trying to get and get success, have a successful harvest. But it's all part of it. We could all be doing or in a lot worse situations than sitting in the woods or over a field doing what we enjoy doing. So I don't take this for granted. Just want to clear that up. And we shouldn't allow ourselves to get overly discouraged, because I'll tell you, in the past, what I've learned is it seems like when I get that discouraged, I lose motivation to keep doing something. If it's late deer season and I'm getting discouraged because I haven't, seen something that I want to shoot, I'll get discouraged. But then, I just try to, have faith that my perseverance and patience and determination will eventually pay off. And 9 times out of 10 it does. And the reward is so much sweeter when that happens, because when you go out and everything comes easily, and you don't really have to put a lot of effort in, you don't really appreciate it the way you do if you have to work and you go through challenges and trials to get the results you want. A little story, I knew a guy who he tagged out on birds. In Tennessee, it's 3 birds now. Back then it was 4 birds. I think it was 4 birds at that time. He'd tag out every year, and I thought, man, this guy is the ultimate turkey hunter. And come to find out, what he was doing was, for 6 weeks leading up to turkey season, he'd dump out a 50-pound bag of corn and spread it out in a field edge or a edge of a tree line. And the turkeys got indoctrinated into coming in and eating corn. And when turkey season opened, even though he hadn't baited that week per law, he had baited for 6 weeks before, those turkeys came right in just like they always did. And he'd limit out the first week of season. And when I learned that, and learned that the dude couldn't even call, he couldn't even use a turkey call. And when he did use a turkey call, he used an electronic turkey call, which is illegal. And it really put into perspective a lot of things. The lengths that people will go to get something easily, as opposed to doing it the ethical and correct way. And you're always going to feel more rewarded if you do it the ethical and correct way. And you cannot get caught up in trying to compare yourself to people on social media when they start posting success, because you don't know how they got those birds or those deer or whatever it is. You cannot get into a comparison match with people on social media, because you don't know exactly what's going on with where they're at or what they're doing. Anyway, I hope that helps somebody out here today. just sitting here. And there's a couple crows out here fighting each other, and they're going nuts. Calling, fighting, and just carrying on. And there's been a gobbler fired off back on the back side of this property here, not far from where I was at this morning. So I'm going to pack my stuff up, and I'm going to book it to the top back here and see if I can call him out. Oh man, I could go to sleep, but I know as soon as I do, something's gonna walk out over here just like those three jakes just came out of nowhere. They actually came straight up the hill, the pasture field hillside, and came out and got up here on this big bench where where the birds like to strut and gobble, what I'm overlooking here. And they just came straight up, got on that, started heading toward the pond, and something spooked them, and they turned from going toward the pond and started coming back toward me. Alright, well, I think I'm going to call it a day. Sun's starting to set back over here behind me, and I'm starting to get exposed here in this little, underneath this sassafras tree. Starting to get a headache, getting hungry. And the wife just texted, and she's on her way home and needs me to meet her there. So, oh well, it's been a good day out here. Did not shoot anything. Actually, didn't even come close to shooting anything today. These three jakes were at 40 yards, and I could have shot them. But I don't. Nothing against anybody that shoots jakes, but I've never shot one, and I don't plan to start now. So if that's your thing, then that's fine, as long as it's legal wherever you're at. It's legal here. All right, well, that's it for this episode, everybody. Sorry, it's not got a turkey in the end, but that's hunting. I try to make this channel as real as it can be, and the vast majority of the time you're going to go out hunting and not get something. At least that's the way it is for most hunters, depending on your circumstances, where you hunt, how you hunt. Some people do go out and shoot every time they go out, but for the average Joe hunter, that's not the way it works. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm getting hungry. I'm tired. Anyway, catch you next time.